live on YouTube. I don't think ever. Hi, everyone. Hi, Soul Family. I'm on Facebook Live and I'm on YouTube because you guys have not been getting the readings. Oh, this is right. So when we look at it in, hi, Becca. When we look at it on Facebook, everything's flipped. But when you look at it on YouTube, I like YouTube because it's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so we've got snow clouds, and my friend Danielle has she's out in New Jersey, and it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Danielle! I love you. I love you. And I imagined her hiking through the forest in the snow, and that's exactly where she was when she got my singing happy birthday message. So that's kind of cool. Now I wonder if I could, let's see, if I bring this over here more. This is a sec. Sorry, I'm disappearing for a second. I just thought if I could bring this down like this, then I don't want to ignore either one. Is that better? So you guys can, if I had my glasses on, it wouldn't be as irritating. Okay, we're going to light some incense. Hold on here. And I thought, I knew Bea was going to want to come out the second I sat down. Come on, out you go. So I thought I was going to be inside. I was going to say, welcome to my living room. And hi, Maya. But I came outside here and I looked up at the snow. They're cumulus clouds. They're beautiful. And I thought if ever I have an opportunity to be outside, this is where you're going to find me. All right. So this is for us, all for us. I got bags under my eyes because Ruthie, my friend Ruthie, who was here with us last week, and I were up until 3 a.m. Doing energetic clearing and removing whatever was stuck to me that was looshing off my energy. And we changed some, or removed some binding spells. And the fact of the matter is there are binding spells. That's why I do not align with witches. I'm not a witch, and I don't align with any witches because witches use binding spells, and that's not okay. You're not ever allowed to step over someone's free will by using a binding spell. And so there was something that was done on me and I felt it, and we worked and worked and worked, and they actually were really good at what they do. You know, that's the thing that's really sad is that you would think that, you know, oh, well, if they're a spiritual person, no, there are people that have gifts and they are aware of their gifts and they use their gifts in a bad way, which makes me understand I'm supposed to use my deck because I have a message in there from Archangel Michael about this very subject. So I don't know if it'll come out today, but that just shows us that's one way spirit shows me where I'm meant to go. So anyway, bags under the eyes. So we're going to clear I'm going to show you what we're going to choose from first, because then we'll clear our energy and you can tap in to what spirit, your higher self and your team wants you to know. Okay. I'm putting on a couple of our items to choose from. All right. We're doing blue today. So this is about communication. Archangel Michael. I was working with him quite a bit last night, and I have connected with a woman who is able to procure these fabulous leather bracelets. These are healing tools for me, and I will be carrying them. I've got beautiful ones. It's going to be hard for me to part with the ones that I might have to just go back and buy every one of them. But this one is lapis lazuli. And this is all vintage, like scraps that were used. So this is mink. I'm a vegetarian, so I'm not about leather and killing animals. But if it's vintage and they can turn it into something amazing, I honor the animal in this way. So it could be something to do with the animal, the mink animal. This is lapis lazuli, which is the royal stone, the stone of, look at all the incense. It's so awesome. It's the stone of royalty. It's the stone of Archangel Michael. It's communication, throat chakra. And on this side, so these are items to choose from, okay? On this side, we have this set. So this is, it's basically a dragon's eye, and it's glass. It's incredible. If you could see it, I'll show you up close. It's stunning. Again, leather and mink. And here is the dragon's eye matching ring that goes with it. So that's a set. So those two items. I have more items to choose from than I thought I would use. So what do we want to use? We want to use this. So this is a Canadian goose. I am a Canadian goose. I'm Canadian. And the totem messenger from the goose says, never leave a wounded bird behind, which is my motto. That's why I have 11 cats. my little wounded man. He's sleeping right now, but he's been hanging out in the catio and he's healing. For those who know his story, 1 week ago, Friday, he was hit by a truck or car and he had 2 fractures in his leg. And Ruthie and Maya and I have all been energetically working with him and healing him with Archangel Michael. And he's been doing his own job because purring heals bone. So this message, this is the truth of a Canadian goose. They will not leave a wounded bird behind when the flock travels. One will stay behind with the one until it's able to travel, or they will stay the entire season, but they will not desert them. I choose this one because this is my motto. Never leave a wounded bird behind. So 3 items. So I guess we're doing 4 items today. And one of those will be with my deck. I've got a whole passel of decks at my feet. So this is the lion. I'm a Lyran starseed. So it's a lion lock. And I got it from my friend, Kathleen Francis, who has an incredible shop here in Cottonwood. I live in Sedona. So it could be you've got the key to open someone's mouth, like you've got the ability to help them speak, or you've got the ability to allow them to unlock something and say something that there's something about you. I don't know why I'm saying this, but that's what I'm getting is there's something about you that will allow this one to speak. So maybe this one walks their walk and talks their talk like you do, but they haven't found anyone like you. This is like my Lyran team. And it's getting a little nippy over here for the kitties. So what else? You could be a Leo. You could be a Lyran starseed like I am. You could just love cats. Maybe this is about unlocking your courage, right? You've got the ability to be courageous in regards to a situation. Maybe you need to lock something down. Maybe you need to unlock something. Maybe you didn't realize that you have had for quite some time the ability to tap in to gifts that have been untapped. And now you're realizing, like I am, oh my God, I'm making shit happen. So this one. All right. So these are the items to choose from. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to clear our energy. Correct for neutrality on all levels. All right. Close your eyes. Think about why you're choosing what you're choosing. And allow this frequency to clear whatever energy there is here. Just going to get a little more snuggly because it's getting kind of cloudy out here. Okay. All right, here we go. So which one should we use? We're going to work first with the lapis lazuli. For those who chose the lapis lazuli cuff, what we're going to do is we're going to ask spirit, ooh, I lost one of my feathers. Whenever feathers appear, angels are here. My work name is the Angel's Whisper. So that's going to have to be put back on. All right. We're going to just see where spirit wants us to go. Okay, let's do something fun and lighthearted. I am a spiritual cheerleader, and my job is to lift the vibe of this planet, help other people focus on the positive. And I was watching my friend Angela this morning. She had a little live going. It was pretty funny. She was like putting on her mascara and curling her hair. And she says, I want to make people laugh. I want to make people smile. And she did. She made me laugh. And she's beautiful. And I said, your hair looks fab. I didn't have time to do mine, but in any case, right now, for those who chose the lapis lazuli cuff, there's something to do with healing, father healing. So your personal power increases as you give any father related issues to heaven or to spirit or to the divine or to your highest, right? So I've got father issues. I will tell you, my father abandoned me 5 times in my life and finally disowned me because of his religious beliefs. So, do I have father issues now? Probably. I'm working through them, I'm releasing them. I don't feel any anger. I'm kind of shocked. But I think to myself, Spirit tells me again and again, you know what? Your parents did the best they could. That's the best that they were capable of doing. And I will tell you that my dad, there was a lot of wonderful things about my father, and I am the workaholic that I am because of him, and that can be a negative, but it can also be a little bit of a positive because I'm constantly I follow after his image, which is interesting. I think about Master Jesus following in the Father's image. I think of us all following in the Father's image. So we may have an idea of what we think a father should be, and maybe they fell short, or maybe they were hard on you, or maybe they weren't there for, maybe you didn't have a dad, and maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe you're looking for a daddy figure. Like, I'm not, right? I don't need a daddy figure. I take care of myself. But this is about allowing the frustration, the anger, the disappointment to go. Give it to spirit to carry. Like for me, I will focus on the good things. Like my dad was a neat freak. I'm a neat freak. And every time my house, I'm cleaning my house, and it's so satisfying to me to have cleanliness around me. And somebody kind of said to me one day, oh yeah, well, you know why you're such a neat freak? Because you want to control things. That's something you can control. And I thought, you know what? I can handle being with a control freak if what he wants to do is keep the house clean. That works for me. I wouldn't mind someone help me. So, not if you've got a daddy image, if you think that, people are looking at you to be a daddy, this is all out of alignment. And so the issues that you have in regards to daddy or dad or father, maybe your issues have to do with your spiritual heavenly father. Like maybe you haven't developed a relationship with that one, and you need to call the energy of the father mother goddess in. But if you can focus only on the positive, and if there isn't anything positive that you can find, then release it to spirit. Say, you know what? It's not for me to carry. My father used to walk into my house here anytime a new person would come into my home. And I am not a minimalist. I'm a maximalist. I was raised by my auntie, and she had tons of antiques and all kinds of magical things. And my house is like a wonder emporium. I feel it's magical, but every time someone would walk into my home, and not very many people have been allowed to come into my home, because I keep my energy very clear and clean, and I'm very careful about who enters my sanctuary. Not to mention I have very many animals, and they are my priority. So if people have a problem with dogs or cats, they're going to have to figure that out, because this is my family. I don't put them away. I don't shut doors and keep them in other rooms. This is their home, just like it's mine. But every time my dad would walk in, he wouldn't like that. He doesn't like cats, which is interesting because I'm a cat, right? This is my stepdad who raised me. And I would hear in my head, oh my God, it's too cluttered. Get rid of this, get rid of that. And I would see my house in a really bad way whenever anyone would enter my home. And it was upsetting until I had my friend Alex come over. He's 6'1". These ceilings are kind of low, and they are low. They're too low for me. I'm used to high vaulted ceilings. I may be a little person, but I have a very dynamic, large personality. And my higher self is, what did we show last time? 150 feet tall and I'm wearing this little 5'2.5" suit. So to me, I need to be outside. I need to be by the windows, and I feel like the ceiling is low. So I thought, for a man who's taller, I wonder what it feels like to him. So I said, does this house feel like the ceiling's too low? And he said, no, it feels really cozy. And I thought, oh, how interesting. That's not what my dad would say. And then I said, does it feel like it's too cluttered? Like you just want to get rid of like half the shit in here? And he said, he walked around the room. It was very interesting. And he did what I do. And he read the walls, and he was looking up and down, and he didn't say anything for like 3 minutes. He walked around the living room, and he didn't look at me. And finally he says, no, I don't feel cluttered at all. He goes, what I see is everything that you've accomplished in your life. It's quite spectacular. And from that moment on, thank you, Alex. I haven't seen Alex in quite a long time now. He's left Sedona, but he did something for me. He released me from that father issue that I had. And it wasn't that my dad was continuing to do that to me. I put that on myself because that was my belief. That was my experience. And I took on his belief system. It wasn't my belief system. I felt pretty magical in my home until other people came in. And then he showed up. Every time they came in, he would show up. Isn't that interesting? So release those ridiculous notions and say to Spirit, take this away. It's not for me to carry. And thank you, Alex, for doing that for me. All right. So next deck, we're going to go to, what did we do? We did the lapis, right? Lapis cuff. So now we're going to do the dragon. I'm an Aries dragon, and I work with dragon energy. I am a dragon. I'm a turquoise dragon with a rainbow tail and rainbow wings. And so there is the dragon's eye. I got 2 dragon's eyes because I need 2 here. I should probably have the necklace to match because of my third eye. So for those who chose that, mink and leather and art glass. This one's just stunning. I love it. This is also, it's funny that I put it on upside down, but it's also, when I looked at this, I put this on last night after Ruthie and I worked with the energy to remove the that binding spell that was causing issues for me. I felt it like a stab, and she's like, we got to get rid of that thing. There's like an attachment. And so she said, pick out a power ring and put your intention on it. And of course, this came right away, the dragon's eye. But when I looked at it, it's also a snake, which is transmutation, transformation, healing. And so think of all the reasons you might have chosen this set for your next item. Ooh. And it's blue, which is Archangel Michael and the throat chakra. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Ooh, there we go. This is Archangel Michael's deck. Decide to be happy now, no matter what's going on. As I said, I'm a spiritual cheerleader. So you get a chance every morning when you wake up, if you're going to be miserable, or if you're going to say, you know what, I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. I make good choices. I make good decisions. And I'm going to be happy. No matter what's going on, I'm going to find whatever it is in my life that I can see that makes me happy. Right now, for me, I can't turn it for you guys, sorry, but I'm going to show the Facebook people. Look at that sky. Look at those clouds. Magical. Those are snow clouds. Those are snow clouds. They're fabulous. I can't. Maybe I can, because there's a reason, right? You need to focus on something positive. Can you see the skies in Sedona? Those, I don't know if you were able to see it as clearly as we were able to see it on Facebook, but that's cool. Look at nature behind me. Where is it? Over there. How interesting. Oops, sorry guys. You guys are way up. All right. So I'm going to decide that I'm either going to be miserable or I'm going to be happy. I'm going to focus on, I don't know, what do I want to focus on? I'm going to expect miracles today. I expect miracles every day, because my little miraculous fractured kitty that I've been working with is running through the house 30 miles an hour with 2 fractures in his leg. And the vet wanted to cut his leg off last week or have a $6,000 to $8,000 surgery. And I went to sleep that night and Spirit said, we're not taking his leg. I heard that. So I thought, all right, we got 2 weeks before, we can even get into a vet. So let's just energetically work with him and do whatever we can and give him a little time to try to heal himself. Well, he is, and we are, and it's happening. So answered prayer. Hi, Heather. So you could say as a prayer, because whenever we state something, it is a prayer. It's an intention that you're putting out into the universe. Thank you for helping me open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I am now willing to see all the goodness in my life. I am now willing. I am willing to receive. I am willing to be blown away. I'm willing for you to blow my mind in the most spectacular ways. I am willing. I am willing to be happy. I'm willing to give you whatever it is that's weighing me down, and I'm going to detach from the drama. I'm going to focus on whatever is good in my life. I'm going to maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to focus, and I'm going to say thank you for that sun right now, because it was a little chilly out here. It's so magical in Sedona. Thank you for allowing me to live in the magic kingdom, right? I focus on that. Also, this message is, if you're concerned about a specific situation, this is giving you reason to be hopeful. Spirit says about this situation, maintain positive thoughts in regards to this. And be open. And how can you open? So I opened my heart. As I said, I didn't allow too many people to come into my home because I was protecting myself. A lot of times people are protecting their hearts. And instead of acting as a shield or a safety, you're actually making yourself have more of a barrier to allowing love in. So a thing that I like to say is only love in, only love out. Only love in, only love out. Anything else comes back at me, it bounces back on you 10 times. So you best be sending me only love, and I am only sending you love. If you're going into a situation where you're uncomfortable or unsure, say it in your head. Only love in, only love out. My color is turquoise. If I were to say to you, what color are you? Don't think too long. The color that comes to your mind, that's your color. I've always been turquoise. So when I walk into an area where I might be feeling like, oh, something, I'm not quite sure of what's going to happen, I'm going to walk gently on my steps. So I see, it was funny because I shared it on Facebook. I walked into dance last week and I wasn't quite sure of a couple of things. And I thought, I'm going in there and I'm not going to be affected by whatever. I'm just going in there to have a great time and focus on being with the high vibe crowd, dancing underneath the blue sky and with the red rocks in the background. And so I said, I walk in my turquoise power. And I imagined this big puff of smoke all around me. And as I go in, my color emanates all around me. Only love in, only love out. And what did I say? Walk in my turquoise power. Own it like a boss. Own it like a boss, right? Tell yourself things until you believe them. What else can we say about this? Well, you're taking control. So remember what that person said to me. Oh, you just want to be in control. I'm going to take control of my life and I'm going to decide I'm going to be happy and I'm allowing only good things to come to me. And I'm not going to focus on all the negative. I'm going to give that to spirit. So I am taking control of my life. I'm not going to just sit here and be in a place of, victimhood and wait for life to happen to me. I choose how my life is going to happen. I create my life as I move forward in the way that I wish to see it. So everything is working for me. Whatever's going on in your life, it's not going against you. It's working for you. Sometimes you don't see the magic and the miracle in what's going on until afterwards when you look back. But tell yourself and affirm to the universe, I understand that life is happening for me. The universe is grand and it loves me and it can provide many things and help me in many, many ways. And I am grateful for that. And thank you. Bring more. Bring more. Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Canadian goose that's holding my turquoise feather, I don't know if I can get that color back in, but I really like that color in there. In any case, it's funny that my Canadian goose is holding that turquoise feather. Why? Because I am this Canadian goose. Why did you choose? Look at, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that on there. That's probably why it came out. Doesn't she look fabulous in the color turquoise? That's high heart. It's throat and heart chakra combined, so it's high heart color. All right, this one, we're doing all fun stuff today. I love this. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct to neutrality. For those who chose the Canadian goose, we're moving along at a pretty good. Ooh, yes! Oh my goddess! Hold on. This is a good message. You should see my cute little my box of all my decks right here. I'll show you. I've got a bunch of mini decks in here, and this resides in my Bus Duchess, which is right now it's a cat hotel for my outside cats in the cool weather. And I've got mirrors of my decks that are in my house. I've got hundreds of decks because they're fun for me. Very soon. If your answer is when is this happening? Very soon. What you're asking for is going to happen very soon in a very happy way. So what do you need to do? Hold on to that. Expect that to happen. Expect that. Spirit says it's going to happen very soon in a very happy way. So whatever it is that you are, I mean, there's my Pegasus. Pegasus. When I was a little girl, I saw the Pegasus. I used to point to the sky and say, look, mommy, flying horses. If you believe in angels, if you believe in God, if you believe in yourself as a spark of the divine, this is also a spirit creature. Dragons are spirit creatures. Fairies are spirit creatures. It's all spirit. It's all energy. Depends on what area of the world you come from. I am Norwegian and Welsh. So I have Freya, the goddess who drives the chariot with her Norwegian forest cats. I have all of the Celtic fairies that I connect with very, very much. That's half of who I am. I see the flying Pegasus. I see dragons. I see spirit in many, many forms. I've seen archangels and ascended masters. So this may be telling you Maybe you need to talk to your spirit guides right now. There may have been difficulties that you've been going through, or the emotions may be whipped up a little bit right now, but they can help you to connect with that magical, hopeful part of your being very soon. When should I do this? Very soon. When is this happening? Very soon. I'm going to clarify. I want to see. Can you show me, Spirit, what we are talking about? I'm a little curious. Different ways. Correct neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Canadian goose, correct neutrality on all levels. Correct neutrality on all levels. I would be happy to take ask for messages from Spirit for you guys if you would like. And if somebody's able to take a list of the people who would like a message, please do that, because it's difficult for me to do all of the above and maintain on 2 different videos as well. Correct neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Canadian goose, what are we clarifying here? Too many, Spirit. I can't have that many. Correct for neutrality. So one of the clarifications that's very strong here, it has to do with family. So if you've had maybe a disruption in your family unit, if you're wishing to have a family, this situation involves something to do with an emotional experience to do with your family. So family can be friends, it can be birth family, it can be chosen family, right? And Spirit says right now, surround this person, yourself, the entire situation with calming, loving light, and understand that very soon things are going to be resolved, or you're going to see them, or you're going to hear from them, or this is going to happen. This could be a work family, but it has to do with family relationship. All right. Correct for neutrality on all levels. New job coming in, new person in your life coming in. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the lion lock, the Lyran lock, and key. Isn't this cool? I love skeleton keys. I think they're so freaking sexy. I have a thing about skeleton keys. Hi, can I help you? You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi, Raven. Hi. Oh, hi, Bea. Oh, hi. Okay, get down, you silly. Don't knock all my things. Okay, you got dirt all over my legs now. Okay, get down. She's a little high strung. Okay, stay down. All right, we're going to go to my deck. My friend Zoe and I created this deck. It's called the Spiritual Cheerleader Oracle, because that's what I am. And she's my artist. She's a beautiful artist. I've got a lot of her work all around my home bus. And, ooh, I love this. All right. So what you see here is this peaceful Buddha. Now, these messages have already been channeled from Spirit. I'll see what comes down. The first thing I see when I look at this is a true master finds peace amidst chaos. There's been a lot of chaos going on in California recently. It doesn't have to just be there. It's also in Israel and Palestine, and there's other areas in the world. There's a lot of, you can't escape what's going on. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit down and cry and turn into a puddle and be immobilized with fear, worry, doubt, regret, whatever it is? Or are you going to try to get into your center? What do you need to do to get into your center, to calm yourself? Because a true master finds peace amidst chaos. Spirit doesn't remove the chaos from our lives. They guide us and help us through how you can handle it. What can I do now? Look at the situation and realize there's going to be a solution. There's always a solution to every problem. So we reach a stage in our lives when we feel this undeniable pull within us to go on a quest of some sort. We are following our soul's needs. We are seeking enlightenment. There must be something more than a 9-to-5 job and the daily grind. If there is something in our lives that we're not happy with, we must accept responsibility for it and do something to change it. We can literally accomplish this by changing our thinking. What you think about, you bring about. Where attention goes, energy flows. You are the creator of your universe. We are co-creators with the divine. And so with us and the magical powers that we have, and with Spirit that has even more and can see even more than we can in this human suit, what can we not accomplish? We can accomplish anything. Anything and everything is possible. So we can literally accomplish this by changing our thinking. We must recognize how powerful our mind is. Maybe we're not able to leave behind our families or responsibilities to go on a physical journey. In this case, we must create space and time to seek out a place of solace. This is my place of solace. First of all, I love to hang. I love to hang around and I love to swing. I like to be moving, and I can sit in this chair and close my eyes and literally be floating. It's just like levitating. And I've got the beautiful nature around me. I'm protected from the wind inside my little catio bubble, right? So this is my place of solace. Where is your place of solace? If you don't have one, create one. Outside is always the first choice for me. That's why I'm out here, even though it's got snow clouds in the sky. So, where can we see beauty in our lives? What can we do to bring peace and calmness within? We may choose to sit in our garden and gaze upon a simple yet beautiful flower, such as what this peaceful Buddha is doing. Maybe we will sit in a hammock chair on our back porch. This literally in my card, because that's what I was doing as I was channeling this message. I was sitting in my place with a beautiful view of a beautiful mountain, because I have a view of Thunder Mountain. Perhaps we choose to watch the birds dance in the air through the leaves of a beautiful sycamore tree, which is what I've been doing as well this morning. I've got mountain bluebirds that are dancing around amongst my leaves in my sycamore tree. You can also visualize all this. If you're a good visualizer, I'm a seer, so it's helpful for me to see certain things. So a picture, you can meditate on a beautiful painting. People will go to an art gallery or to a museum and they will just sit there and get lost in the art. Right? I'm actually lost in nature's art. There's nothing that can top nature's art for me. So it's been said that a true master finds peace amidst chaos. In truth, chaos is the universe's way of rearranging things. So this is what's been happening. There's been a lot of chaos going on. And the more chaotic our lives are, the more you can trust that spirit is bringing about a new beginning, a new solution, a new magical way of looking at things, being a part of the changes that are occurring are always for our better, even if you don't understand that at the time. Sometimes it forces us to go on a path that we wouldn't have gone on. Sometimes it's about building our resilience and realizing that I'm capable. I didn't realize I was capable of this. Now I do know. And the next time something hits me that has knocked me sideways this time, I'm not going to feel that. I'm going to know that I have been in this kind of a situation before and I've come out the other side and I can do it again, right? So often what we see as destruction is spirit making room for new creation. That's what happens. Forests burn and we're heartbroken with the animals losing their homes, but it does something to the soil. It reignites and then new growth comes. It's cycles. It's the cycle of life that sometimes is difficult to watch or be a part of, but it's true. It allows for new growth. When those trees fall, it fertilizes the soil, and it's just the way it is. The Serengeti burns every summer, and that's what happens. So we also have the ability to focus upon what we can do, right? What we focus upon magnifies. So it's a choice we get every single day, and we must choose wisely. Because why? We are creating our reality. Yes, we are. All right. Correct for neutrality. Hi, Lori. Have we got them all? I think we have. So I would like to open it up. Ooh, we've got another message here. I'd like to open up the reading to anyone that would like to have a private, or not a private, obviously it's a message that everyone's going to hear, but a message from Spirit for you specifically, because everyone that gets a message, it's also a message for all of us. Every single one of these messages I take as mine. And there's something to glean from every single bit that comes out of here. I love this. This is Master Jesus. So I'm going to tell you this story very quickly while I'm waiting to see if anyone would like a reading. Oh, I'm getting yes. I was a Jehovah's Witness for 35 years, and I now understand it took me 10 years to break free of that cult. I understand now that if any group of people tells you what you can do and cannot do, what you must do, or you'll be excommunicated, you're involved in a cult. I have no interest in any religion of any sort. Kindness is my religion. Nature is my religion, and this is my church. So I am not about religion in any way, shape, or form. And Jesus, this is Master Jesus. He did not create religion either. They did that after him. So I will tell you though, when I left the Jehovah's Witness organization, I stopped praying in Jesus' name because I figured I don't need to pray through you to speak to my own Heavenly Father, Mother God. I'll just speak to them. And so I found myself, I wasn't angry at him, but I never really felt a very strong connection to God or Goddess or the divine. Even though I was a devout Jehovah's Witness for many, many years, I did what I believed I was meant to do, but I didn't have a personal relationship with any of the divine. And then as I had my reawakening, and we have many reawakenings in our lives. It's not just one. This was a grand mal awakening, though, when my mother died and all my gifts started coming out. I saw archangels. I saw ascended masters. I started to regain the gifts that I had as a child. And yet I still didn't have this connection. I now had a connection to the Mother, Father, God, but I wasn't very tapped into Master Jesus. And my thing was I was getting kind of conflicting, what I thought were conflicting messages and guidance pieces. I didn't know who was giving it to me. And I knew that the angels are and archangels are always forward moving. They aren't going to be going forward, 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 turn back, or go right, 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 turn left. They always consistently move in the same way. If they need to put you on a spiritual roundabout, if your highest needs to put you on a spiritual roundabout, it will be smooth. It will be continuing in the same direction. And then you can get off maybe. But I stopped talking to him. And so others started bringing him up. And I can't remember all the different ways that Master Jesus started to show up in my life. And so I never say anything to the divine out loud because dark energy likes to get in there and fuck things up. And so I said in my heart, I was power walking in Canyon Lake, California, where I lived at the time. I used to walk every day and it was ugly. I used to pray I said, God, I'd like to go somewhere where I have something beautiful to look at, because I had to walk on the sidewalk with the cars flying by me. Now I live in a divine place because I called it in. But I said to Master Jesus, if you truly walk with me, prove it. Prove it, because I don't know who this is. And I dismiss all of my guides. I will only go to the Father, Mother, God, because you guys are confusing me. And until you show yourselves to me, I don't work with you. I don't believe in you. I don't trust you. And that is the way of anything for me. Prove it. If you walk with me, prove it. Show it. I will know it. Right? So one by one, Archangel Michael showed up first. Archangel Metatron showed up second. Archangel Uriel showed up third. But Master Jesus. So I said, if you truly walk with me, prove it. 3 minutes. No, not even, I don't even know if it was 3 minutes later. A van drove by, and on the side of the van, it said, Jesus walks with you. Since then, I have developed a very close connection with him. He showed himself to me. He's proven himself to me many times now. I want you to hear and trust these words. You do not walk alone. I walk with you, your loved ones, including your precious pets. Yes, you are all safe. I am surrounding you in a violet light. An idea or a solution to your dilemma is being engendered at this very moment. Soon, you remember, very soon you will be shown the direction to take. Until then, relax in patience, knowing that your heart has been heard. Sometimes we don't believe that our prayers have been answered or even heard because we don't see evidence of it. You don't see the wind, but there is evidence of it if you actually look. Sometimes it's not there yet, but it's almost there. This is confirmation very soon, as we got earlier. Please stay open and try to remain flexible. The ideas that come to you may be some things that you have not yet considered. Maybe something comes out of left field and you're like, wow, okay. So the day that I was talking to my friend, Danielle, I was talking about how my spiritual twin, I can see him in the rainbow lights. And I said, this is what he's showing me. And this is what's happening. And she said, I think I may have said this before. I'm going to say it again. She goes, I love that. I love how you dance with his energy. I love how you dance in and out like that. I would like to do that with Jesus. And I thought, that's interesting. That's interesting. So I'm brushing my teeth. It's always about brushing my teeth. It's like they're chewing on the past, right? The things that I've believed. And I walked into the bathroom and I said to Master Jesus, I want to see you. I've seen Archangel Michael. I've seen Archangel Uriel. I've seen Archangel Metatron. I need to see you. And I want to know, are you the Son of God, as I was taught growing up my entire life? Or are you just a master like we are? And then I quickly doubled back because I thought, oh my God, I don't want to put myself on that level. And I said, not me. I didn't mean that. Well, yes, I did mean that. My higher self said, yes, you did mean that. And you are a master. You're a master teacher. You're a master creator. And Jesus walks with you because he is your family. So accept him back in and allow him to come back in. And I got to tell you, this is the energy of Master Jesus. I don't see a withered, weak, sallow looking figure that they put pictures of hanging on a cross. First of all, they never even used crosses to put people to death. They used a stake. So that was all bullshit. So that you're carrying around a cross, and I don't know why. It isn't what you think. And if somebody shot your son, are you going to carry around a symbol of a gun around your neck? I don't think so. So Master Jesus loves the animals. He loves the children. His energy is very, very all encompassing, comforting, and he's a master craftsman. Think about it. He was a carpenter. He was a builder. He loved to share. He loved to see people happy. He was a healer. That was his path. I mean, I resonate so much with Master Jesus. How could I not have had a relationship with him for all those years, especially since religion is supposed to be bringing you closer to the divine? I had none, right? So these ideas that come to you might require you to take leaps of faith. It might require you to try something that's different, something that you haven't, like maybe this. My girlfriend Danielle wants to go on open up a YouTube channel. She'd be fabulous. Her words are magical. I like to just listen to her. So when she shares her channel, go subscribe. Subscribe to mine. Subscribe to my channel, because this is what I do. This comes from the divine. This is my gift to you. And I'm rhyming, so I'm channeling right now. Whenever I rhyme, I'm channeling. And this is my gift from the divine through me as a channel to you. You tune in and you get messages from spirit that will help you. So stay open and stay aware. All will be well, even if the end result is somewhat different than you might have expected. It might be better than you expected. Generally, when the universe gets involved and we allow the divine to get involved and help us as well, it is better than we've asked for. So ask for more. Ask for the best. If ever you need me, Master Jesus says, do not hesitate to call upon me, for I can be everywhere at the same time, and you are never a burden to me. I love you. So let him take your hand, and look what he's got following right there, a mountain bluebird, the bluebird of happiness. And he's saying, walk down this path with me. It's okay. Even if you feel like you're alone, talk to me. You're not. And if you want others in your life and you feel a little bit isolated, if you get invited somewhere, go. Go and allow your tribe to come in. I called my tribe in and they're here. But it did require me to take leaps of faith. People that connected with me, the ones that I called in, I was unsure of them. I didn't know if I trusted them. I didn't know if I believed that they were really walking their walk and talking their talk. But I was willing to take a phone call. And I spoke to my friend Ruthie. Hi, Angela. And 3 minutes moved into 3 hours just like that, because I was talking the same language and she was talking the same language as me. I would think something in my head and she would speak it. I would think something, she would think something and I would speak it. She goes, are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm asking? We do this all the time because we're on the same vibrational frequency. But it required me to trust enough to allow this person to come into my life and see what they had to say. I now have a sister. My little sister died in a car accident 15 years ago. I mean, when she was 15 and a half, God, I don't even know how many years ago, many, many years ago. She was only 7 years younger than me. It's been a long time. But now I literally feel like I have soul family. So that might require you to open up your heart and allow people to get a little bit closer. Allow them to see the truth of who you are. Don't be who you think you should be. Be who you are. Because if you pretend, you're going to attract people that are pretending. If you are authentic, you're going to attract people who are drawn to who you truly are. And you don't have to fake it, right? Just be who you are. The right people that you are meant to have in your life will love that about you. My grandmother said I was effervescent. My mother said I was too much. I talked too fast. I moved too quickly. I was exclaiming all of the time. She was different than I was. I love my mom, but we were very different. She was a Cancer. She was very quiet. She was very mistrusting. I was very open and loved people, loved animals, and was very excited and ready to try life. She'd been through a lot. She'd been through a lot in her life, and it caused her to shut down, and it hurt my heart. But I wasn't going to let that happen to me. But I got to tell you, grandmothers, I was talking to a woman yesterday, the woman where I got these incredible pieces, these incredible manifestation tools. And she has 3 autistic grandchildren. They're on the spectrum. Let's call it that. I think many of us are on the spectrum. And I think that people misunderstand that a lot. They think that there's a disability, and there is not a disability. They are so connected to the divine. Sometimes when they are non-functioning on this level, it's because they are so tapped into the spirit world. I got to tell you, those people are gifted. But she's a grandmother that has these young ones that have seen angels, have seen fairies, and now they're getting older, and others are starting to TikTok is back. I'm laughing. TikTok is back. That was, talk about a way to build get you on their channel, right? If you weren't on their channel before, you're going to want to go there now, because the government banned TikTok, and then Donald Trump's like, we're going to save you, we're going to bring it back. It's already back. It's like, oh my God, so ridiculous. In any case, tell a vision, right? Tell a vision. Tell people what you think oh my God. Anyway, I digress. In any case, we were talking about grandmothers, and I said, because we had an experience. Ruthie helped her. She had loss of hearing, and Ruthie worked with her and brought her hearing back in just, I don't know, what was it, 10 minutes? And she saw, we were talking about the divine heavenly mother God, and Mother Mary. She called the white. Ruthie said she saw the white buffalo calf woman. I was focused on choosing out of hundreds of these bracelets which pieces that I could afford to get at this time. So I was very focused and into the crystals, and I was seeing different things myself. So I had my head down, both of them at the same time. As I said, well, something about the divine mother. And Ruthie said, who is it? And she saw the white buffalo calf woman. And right then lightning came in, blue lightning came in, communication from the divine. And she saw it. And it just, she was instantly crying. What just happened? Oh my goddess. She started to doubt what she was seeing. She started to doubt her own abilities. And she says, these little children, these grandchildren that have these gifts. And if anybody, these grandchildren need their grandma. My grandmother was my hero. She was tapped in beyond. She was a medicine woman. She was an herbal remedy specialist. My grandmother was and is still one of my greatest heroes. And we started to talk afterwards. We sent messages because the lynx totem showed up and the bobcat totem showed up. And so I sent her the information on that. And she said, oh my God, that's so my husband. That's so tapped in. She says, you have revived my belief in what I truly believed in my heart. And she says, but my little one is not wanting to be looked at as strange. And she's shutting down, and it makes me sad. And I said, I went back to sleep when I was 11 and a half years old, because my father was a Jehovah's Witness, and he probably would have had me medicated or put me in a hospital or something because of what I was seeing. And I spoke the language of the animals. My family all knew it. Anytime my brother or cousins tried to copy the words, I would change the dialect, because I was shown by Archangel Uriel, who taught me the language of the animals. It is not for me to share. It is not for others to learn. It was a sacred gift between my animals and me, because I am an animal communicator, an animal healer. They are my best friends, have always been. This little girl has these gifts. And I said, please don't allow her to go back to sleep. Tell her, as long as she knows that she's got a grandma that she can go to and talk about this, even if she doesn't talk about it with her other friends, cultivate this within her. Keep this alive within her. My grandson, when he was a little one, my daughter was an atheist. She didn't believe in God. She's had an awakening since then, but she didn't believe in any of the divine stuff. She thought it was woo-woo. She thought I should be seeing a psychiatrist because I thought I spoke to angels, and that I was in love with a man who didn't exist because she didn't see him. So she didn't believe he had to be real. And she just really thought there's something wrong with my mom, because she thinks that all these crazy things. And now she's been shown herself that these things are happening. And she admitted to me, all those things that I said about you, all those things that you saw and felt and were able to do, it's happening to me. And she says, I have no one to talk to. She says, tries to talk to Jacob, her husband, and he's a great guy. He's fabulous. I love him so much for her and for my grandson, Trey. He's his stepdaddy, but best dad that you ever could come across. She goes, I try to talk to him, and he tries to understand, but he hasn't experienced it, but I have. So my daughter, she watches all of my videos. She's kind of going through it right now. And I love you, Lisi. And I would advise you to open your heart completely, fully to all the miraculous energy that is available to you and the gifts that are available to you. And if you hear my guidance through this, from Spirit's guidance through this, well, then good. But that woman, talked about the magic that a grandmother is. And I said, my grandmother may not have taught me all of these. Hi, Isa, taught me that I could use the spiritual gifts that I have, but she taught me medicine ways. This is the apothecary where healing magic happens. And much of it comes from my grandmother. I do the old wives' tales, right? Use this apple cider vinegar when you start feeling a tickle in your throat. These are messages my grandmother taught me. Oh, use this castor oil on your skin, right? I mean, anytime anyone got sick, it was freaking cod liver oil. And now we understand the benefits of the omega fatty acids in the cod liver oil, right? At the time, it was just what grandma glumped down our throat. I do it now willingly. So I must be talking about this for a reason. It may be that, I mean, obviously I am. You can be a spiritual grandmother. You can be we connect to the grandmother energy, which is the divine heavenly mother God. And did you know that religion took her out of the Bible? If you're a Bible reader, she was there originally. Of course she is. There are male and female. We have masculine and feminine within our bodies. Would there not be a father, mother, God that created us? Of course there is. In any case, all right, I'm off on that one right now, but we're going to go here. So Ingrid would like to have, hi you, yes. Okay, I'm going to go back. Can somebody write a list? Because I don't want to miss anyone. So the first one I see is Maya. Second one is Becca. Third one is Carrie. Fourth one is Ingrid. We're going to ask for messages from Spirit. Okay, Maya, correct for neutrality. I chose the goddess guidance energy because she is a goddess, as am I. And my beautiful friend and our beautiful friend Ingrid, who is in Australia, we always say, good morning, goddess. Good afternoon, goddess. We have the goddess within us. Of course, we are a reflection of the mother, the heavenly mother. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Maya, what is the message for Maya? I am using this computer. This is Maya. Maya gave me this computer to use because I dropped mine and smashed the screen. And I was trying to do YouTube and change the, share my videos to YouTube because all of the ones on YouTube are like, where did you go? Right? So because of Maya, you guys are able to see this today and be a part of this. So I love you and thank you. Ooh, Hathor. Here we go. Hathor. This is about receptivity. So this is a really awesome thing. Spirit says, what is it that you're asking for? What is it that you need? What could help you? Ask for what that is. Ask for what that is. I want a divine seer as a divine counterpart. I have him. I want him in my physical presence. So I'm calling in my divine seer. The seer is the snowy owl. Do you know that my monkey Merlin, my little baby, my little fractured kitty that is no longer fractured, he has an owl on his back? It's a great horned owl. So you may be resonating with the great horned owl for the wisdom at this time. But Spirit says, okay, so you're asking for that. What are you willing to do to get it? I'm willing to receive it. Thank you very much. I spent all my life proving what I would do in order to get what I deserved, what I was requiring, what I wanted, what my heart was desiring. So Spirit says right now, allow yourself to receive. No worries, arms open, right? Song right now, if somebody says, is it too late to say I'm sorry? It is never too late to say you're sorry. Never. Sorry allows for a healing, which allows for a regrowth within every relationship. So if you allow yourself to receive at this time, Maya and everyone else who's connecting to this message, maybe you're connecting to Hathor. I just see this as as I said, every divine goddess energy is just a reflection of the heavenly mother God head to me. That's how I see it. And she's pouring out 2 cisterns. It's almost like this is the Wish Upon a Star card, right? She's got the 2 cisterns that she's pouring out. Like, we will bring you what is it is that you need. Do you need an increase in intuition? Do you need an increase in your energy? Do you need an increase in your ability to give and to help others? Because this all comes from allowing yourself to receive. And when you do allow yourself to receive, all increases. It's not all about giving. It's not all about doing. There's got to be a balance. And right now, Spirit says, we would like you to receive. Thank you very much. I am open to that. All right. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I haven't used that deck in a really long time. I have no problem saying I'm sorry. And do you know the more you practice saying you're sorry, the easier it gets when you realize that how how much simpler life becomes when you have the ability to say you're sorry. Oh my goddess. Okay. I love that. I love those little symbols. Okay. Becca. Correct for neutrality on all levels for Becca. What is the message for Becca? We're getting the sun, but I'm kind of going in the shadows. But Becca also has a little kitty named Milo. What was I saying about Merlin? I went off topic. My little seer. He has an owl on his back. Okay. When I was walking the medicine wheel before I met him, and I asked the divine, who is this kitty to me? They said, he's your best friend. Henry Higgins, he's your best friend. If anybody knows Eliza Doolittle and Henry Higgins from My Fair Lady, you'll know the story of who Henry Higgins is and what his deal was and what they both needed to learn about one another. And I can't call him Henry Higgins. I keep calling him Merlin because he is. He's my little monkey Merlin that passed in my arms last year. I've been waiting for him to come back, and he has proven himself to me. He has gone up to the little moon, the crescent moon in my bedroom, and tapped on it. He tried to reach it with his little tiny paw. He's so tiny. Only Merlin did that. Every night, Merlin would tap on that moon and tap on the picture of my little sister and I. Every night. And he went and did that. He is my best friend. He is my divine seer. And he literally carries the seer on his back. Oh, I love that message too. So that is my divine counterpart, that energy. Somebody might have thought they were fractured, thought maybe they had a difficult time moving forward. That one has proven themselves. That one has climbed to the top of their tower. So a tower is when something is unstable, it needs to get knocked down, right? He was unstable. There was something unstable, but he's gotten right back up again. He's driving 30 miles an hour through my house, driving. This cat is up and down and all over the place. You cannot keep a good cat down. You cannot keep a good man down, right? That is my divine counterpart. Even if they're having struggles, they trust in their divine ability. They trust in their connection to their higher self and to spirit, and they recognize there's a solution to every problem. My friend that I'm reading for right now, Becca, has a little man named Milo. He had swimmer's leg. He has swimmer's leg, which means they don't have the ability to move and walk with their back legs. She worked at the Humane Society. Is it any wonder that I collect Lyran star seeds to me? She is definitely one. She worked at the Humane Society, and this kitten came in, and they said they were going to put him to sleep. And her husband, who I don't even know but love him because of this, said, oh, hell, that is not happening. She has him at home in a little playpen with a baby cat diaper, and I have seen him pull himself up. I said, get him active toys, right? Get him, pick him up, carry him around, interact with him, see him walking. I have seen him pull himself up, and I guarantee that this little guy is not a fractured kitty. This is not a little broken kitty. You don't ever see the ones that you love as broken. You see them as successful and succeeding. So your message, Becca, I just wanted to give her a plug because she's a divine human being, and she's a loving, kind, generous woman, and her husband is the same energy. Of course, she drew into her who she is. So if you want somebody that's going to be loving and loyal and kind and friendly and generous and positive and upbeat, then be that yourself. Work on yourself and you will draw that to you. This is talking about sewer mermaid. So whenever I get this energy, it's either you got to clean up your stinking thinking about yourself. Maybe you've not been saying nice things about yourself. This could literally mean that there is mold or mildew in your house. I have a leaking toilet. There's like a nut, even though they put the tape around it, it's leaking a little bit. And I would be getting these messages, and I thought, mold, where would there be mold where? Well, mold doesn't necessarily have to be a literal thing in your home or this sewer energy. It can be emotional energy that's been stuffed down that you need to release, which means watch a movie that's going to make you cry, watch a movie that's going to make you laugh, get angry, vacuum your house ferociously, dig in the garden, do whatever it is to get that stuck emotion out. Maybe you just need to communicate with someone. Maybe you just are needing, like for me, my divine seer will not have a problem communicating with me because I will not be with someone who does not communicate. I'm a communicator, and it is essential that you communicate with me. So right now, this is saying you are a beautiful person. I talked all about you, and I see you for who you are. There may be something about yourself that you're not recognizing in the truth as the truth of who you are. So maybe clean up that stinking thinking. You are beautiful. You are sensual. You are loving, kind, generous, and a beautiful divine being. Now, this may be you or someone else in your life. Maybe you need to give someone else a pep talk. Maybe they're feeling a little low on themselves. Maybe they're not recognizing the truth of who they are. Or maybe you've got a leaking toilet in your house and you need to make sure there's no mold growing in there, right? Pay attention. Because when I get these messages, I check my house and sure enough, there's water leaking. Now, there may be emotion leaking from you. Maybe you have to plug up a little vampire bite that's on your side or on your neck from a friend who's constantly taking, who's more of a frenemy than a friend. Maybe you are leaking out inappropriate emotion. Maybe you are saying something that you should not say. You're very welcome. It's the truth. I don't blow smoke up your ass. Yes, I do see that. I love you too. All right, that's your message. I will leave that and move on. Can you show yourself? Can I see who you are? My cats are in the catio loving this. It's their television, right? The cats and the birds. I need to see who you are because they definitely want to be known. And when they're loud like that, there's a message to be delivered. Hold on, I gotta look. Who are you? There you are. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we have several, but the one that I saw wasn't the one who called me. That's amazing. The one that I saw isn't the one who called me. Okay, there's a message in that, Ruthie. Did you hear that? That's amazing. So I was alerted by one of the other little mountain bluebirds, but the one that I saw was a woodpecker. And the woodpecker says, there's an opportunity knocking. We encourage you to open the door. So shortly, there's going to be an opportunity. The answer is yes. Do you have the courage to open that door? Do you have the courage to walk in? I'm going to Cielo Connection. My friend Kate Rohr, who has this fabulous little shop in Sedona, is having an event today. She has this beautiful painting that she purchased, and she's gifted it to Sedona. It's going to be residing there. And I heard Dark Moon Lilith, but to me, it's a black cat. When I looked at it, I see the panther. So it talks about astral energy. It talks about going within and dealing with the shadow within. And she's going to be debuting it, and there's going to be music. Our friend Viola is going to be playing, probably her pan and her vocals, and our friend, I always want to call her Angel. It's Angel's Kitchen. She's going to be having her amazing nummy food there. So we're going to be going there after this event here. So who am I at? Maya, Becca, Carrie. Correct for neutrality on all levels. And I don't know on YouTube if I can see. I can't see. Correct for neutrality for Carrie. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Allison, Angel's Kitchen. Thank you. I always want to call her Angel because she is. Oh, I love this. Oh, you got two. I'll try not to be too long-winded here. Sorry, you guys are kind of in the shadows now, aren't we? My friend Amrita sang with our friend Demir at a talent show the other day, and it was, "We're all in the shadows now." I don't know if that's the words, but that's what I heard just now. It was pretty magical. All right. Boundaries, baby. This has been all the year 2024 was boundaries for me, learning boundaries. So Spirit's saying right now, it's important that you stand your ground in regards to a situation. Don't back down. Don't allow yourself to be intimidated by anybody else's thoughts or feelings on this situation. We want you to be bold and courageous and take charge. Why? Because this is your life. This is not anybody else's life. You're responsible for what your life is and how it turns out and the direction that you go or you do not go. So right now, be Mama Bear. Be Mama Bear. Be grounded. Be strong. See yourself as the grizzly. It's the biggest bear. Actually, it's not. The polar bear is bigger. But the grizzly, pretty formidable. Stand your ground. So recognize where you begin and where you end and another begins. Respect the boundaries of others and make sure that your boundaries are respected. Don't be leaning over the fence into somebody else's business, right? You remain on your side of the fence. And in some situation, now this could be two different situations or they work hand in hand. So I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to be bold and take charge, and I'm going to move forward. And I'm not going to really care what anybody else has to say or feel because this is my life and I get to choose what I want, right? So there's your two messages. All right. for Carrie. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Message for Ruthie. Message for Ruthie. Correct for neutrality on all levels for Ruthie. Did you guys enjoy having Ruthie on last week? I really want her to come regularly with me. It's super fun. I would like Maya to come too. I like guest speakers. I think it's fun to have guest speakers. Oh my goddess. Well, this is pretty amazing. So you got 2 messages, mending and imagine. So right now it's the time to mend fences. It's the time to mend yourself. This is a time when we did. Okay, we got this in reverse. Spirit said we got this in reverse. This one we got in the upright. Okay, so this is the time that you'll decide, I no longer wish to continue this. This is a time where there would be a breaking apart. This is a time when there's a separating that's going on in the highest good. And Ruthie is really good at this. She's great at her boundaries. She listens to her highest self. And when somebody shows themselves, she believes who they are. Right? Show me who you are, and I'm going to believe it. And don't imagine them as something different than they're showing you who they are. This is a time where you get to choose the fences that you mend. You get to choose the relationships that you feel still have life in them. But this is coming apart. Something's coming apart here. Oh, I like this message. So this is what Ruthie did with me last night. She took an attachment off and stitched me up. That's what she did. She removed that energy that was attached to me, and she literally stitched it up energetically. She's gifted. My friend is gifted. She goes into the astral realm and removes and connects and communicates with your highest and goes back past life, past early life. She's very good. I don't recommend people unless they've proven themselves. I actually don't really recommend anyone. I don't think you've ever heard me recommend a spiritual teacher or healer. This one I would. Imagine what it would look like. We're good at doing this. Now, I said I'm a seer, so we create grids and we create little boxes, like little, what are they called when you have a curio cabinet and you put all the little things in it, right? You're collecting it. That's what my house is. My house is one big curio cabinet. All the walls are decorated and they are consciously arranged so that they create certain things. And so Ruthie creates these little curio boxes, and we put an intention. We're manifesting a cottage for her and what's going in that cottage and what's the energy that we want to bring in. So imagine what it looks like. I said to her last time when we talked about this cottage, what color are the walls? I recognize that when I get this cottage, I'm painting it light, very, very light, periwinkle blue, very, very light, almost an aquamarine color, maybe. Very, very pale, just a hint. And the sky will be white or blue, very beautiful blues, different color blues with cumulus clouds here and there. And there will be stars on the ceiling, the glow in the dark stars that once the lights turn off, they're still there. And the soft blankets. And I said, what is on the stove? Like, imagine what it looks like. And it becomes to be. So imagine how amazing this could be. Imagine how wonderful. What does your body look like? I am walking in my perfect body. Oh, do you know what I said to myself the other day? Because this is a new thing for me. I've never said this before. And I felt bad for myself that I hadn't. I was shaving my legs. And so my legs up on the side of the shower. And I looked down at my muscular legs. And of course, when you raise it up, if anything's loose, it's not going to be there, right? And I looked at my legs and I said, damn, you got sexy legs, girl. You've got curvy, muscular, strong, healthy, sexy legs. And I looked at myself and I thought, why have I not told myself that in 60 years? Right? So imagine, what do you really look like? What do you look like to others? What is the energy that precedes you when you walk into the room? Imagine us already here in the healing sanctuary, the apothecary, where healing magic happens. We're already creating magic here. We are already healing. She's healing me. I'm healing her. We're healing Higgins. Oh, I did call him Higgins, so that's interesting. Imagine. Okay. I love you, Ruthie. So glad that I took that risk and allowed my heart to open and allow you in. All right. Ingrid is next. Meyer says, I receive. Becca, thank you. I love you. Becca, actually, my toilet is actually not working. It keeps getting clogged. Okay, there's this stuff. I'll send you a picture of it. It's amazing. You can get it at Ace Hardware. You pour it down, and it clears everything away. Don't get it on your fingers, and because it'll eat your fingers up too. But it's amazing. You're welcome, Carrie. You're welcome. Okay, who did I say? I think that's funny because the leaking water, right? Ingrid. Somebody's saying, cut your boy a little slack. Come on. Don't be so hard on me. You know what? A lot of times you have a wrong idea. A lot of times people think, oh, I don't even want to try because it's going to go sideways. And what is that? Your negative thinking. Because it's actually much easier than you think. It's actually much better than you are imagining. So why don't you, as the last card said, imagine it going very well. Imagine it going very smoothly. Imagine it all being resolved very, very quickly. Imagine the best. And then that will happen. Ingrid. Woo! Wait, too many. I can't do 6 cards. Correct neutrality on all levels. Raven is staying that. Love you. You're welcome. I love this deck. I shared it last week because it's kind of like my deck in the colors. It's bright and it's happy, and it's one of the reasons I think I made my spiritual cheerleader oracle. So forgiveness heals. So what did we say about forgiveness? The quicker you can get okay with saying I'm sorry or allowing a forgiveness, I forgive you because you were doing because the person apologized. I will forgive the situation and release it so I don't have to carry it. But bad behavior does not earn my trust or friendship. If somebody continues to do something in a negative way, repeat offender over and over again, don't expect to be forgiven and brought back in. I will forgive the situation to release you so I don't have to carry it. There's a difference. So right now, the message is forgive yourself, forgive others so you don't have to carry it. Let go of the old story. Start telling a new story. Release any anger, any guilt, any blame, because all of those are toxic emotions, which will bring only more reasons to feel toxic, right? Everyone is doing the best that they can. They may not be on your level. They may not be where you're at right now, and that's okay. We all awaken at different times in different ways, and maybe you're not the best at this, but you're better at that, right? That's why a community coming together, try to see the best in everyone, because there is the best to be seen. Right now, this talks about you. So see the best in you. Spirit says kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Well, that's not fair. That, they did this and they did that. Stop talking about it. Stop. I don't want to hear it. I personally don't want that phone call. I don't want to hear about what a shitty person that is and how they're money hungry and how they are only thinking of themselves. I don't want to hear that narrative. I don't want to hear that dialogue. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help you. It doesn't help them change, right? Hi, Cindy. Love you. My friend Cindy from Cali. So your health and happiness will set you free. So say thank you. Also, invite your fears to tea. Tea's been coming up a lot lately for us. Tea, what's the tea? What's the topic? What's the information coming? Invite your fears there because they're not real. What is fear? False evidence appearing real. It's bullshit. It is just a story that you've been telling yourself in a negative way. So they're just scary thoughts. They're just scary feelings. So look at them. Don't refuse to look at what makes you scared. Look at what makes you scared and realize what the solution is, or what do I need to do to not feel this way, right? Offer them a cookie. Offer them a cup of tea. Let's have a chat, fear and me. Let's have a chat. Why is it that I feel this way about you? Why is it that I'm giving you my power? Why is it that I believe the negative when instead of believing the positive? Why not decide that instead of anxiety in my stomach, those are excited bubbles. Those are possibilities. Those are opportunities to look at something in a different way, to make something else happen. As I say these words, my solar plexus is spinning right now. The seat of self-worth. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am. So when you're courageous enough to look at your fear in the face and tell it to fuck off, you do much better. That's what scares you. Don't give your power away, because I had someone say to me about my spiritual twin. He told me he was half Anunnaki, and an ex of mine, my bestie from Cali just came on, and she's not seeing that I'm online. That's too bad. She's sending me messages. I went to sleep that night after being told that he was half Anunnaki. I didn't even know what they were, but an ex of mine said, "Oh, you don't want anything to do with him. That they are the reptilian race, and they're negative, and they're toxic, and they're the whole reason this world is in disaster, and blah 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 blah." So I go to sleep, and I'm very lucid in my dreams. I am very awake and very aware of what's going on. I get involved in my dreams too much. Sometimes spirit has to like tell me to knock it off and just watch the story because we're trying to show you something, right? So in my dreams, I'm looking under bridges and looking behind door. I'm frantically looking. And Archangel Metatron shows up. I love Archangel Metatron. I should have wore his bracelet today. Maybe I'll wear that next week. I think I'll put it on later. No, I'll put it on now because he's here right now. So Archangel Metatron and Archangel Sandalphon are twins. They're spiritual twins. Archangel Sandalphon is the angel of music, and Metatron is of he's the one that heals, balances, and clears our chakras. And he is the one of sacred geometry. Where are you? I know I bought you. Where are you? Hold on. Oh my goddess. Where are you? I pick up everyone but the one I need. There we are. So we're going to take off the lapis lazuli, putting you in there, and we are focusing on Metatron's flower of life. There it is. Look at this. Can you see how fabulous this is? Leather, scrolled, laced leather, hand stitched with abalone shell. And Metatron showed up in my dream, and he's a sweetheart. He's gorgeous. P.S. At first, I thought he was my spiritual twin. He was tall, dark hair about to here, muscular, no shirt on, but he had this big medallion on his chest. I didn't even know who he was at first. It was the flower of life that he was wearing, trying to show me who he was, and I had no clue. But he comes up to me and he says to me, "What are you doing?" He calls me Moses. He laughs at me and calls me Moses. He also calls me something else. What is the other thing he calls me, you guys? Because why? Because Moses had a speech impediment. And sometimes when I channel, I start to stutter. And Moses had to go up against Pharaoh and against his own family and didn't want to do it. And he said, I can't speak and use my brother. And Spirit said, well, we can use him as a voice piece, but you're the one we're choosing. We choose you, Moses. So when they told me to go out into the wilderness, like they told him, here, you're going now. When COVID blew up, I went. Moses, go ahead, stop your crying and get your shit going. Get over there. So he comes and he says, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I said, I'm looking for the Anunnaki. And he goes, they can't hurt you. And the way he said it, they can't hurt you. As a matter of fact, many of them are helping us. So if you have a reptilian or some kind of an attack, or I've got a lot of people that lately have been talking to me about reptilian energy coming and messing with them, call on the reptilians that are helping you. Call on the reptilians that are on our team, because they're not all bad. But remember, the message was, they can't hurt you. Remember who you are. You're welcome. Becca, Carrie, Ruthie. Is that it? Did I get everybody? I think I should ask for a message for myself. Did I get sidetracked and forget something that I was supposed to say? Was I already talking about a card? I don't think so. I think I would like to have, let me see, for myself. I haven't used this one in quite some time. 222, everything happening exactly as it is meant to happen, with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Thanks, Maya. For myself, what is my message? This is the Universal Love Deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. I love him as an author. Cindy, would you like a message?